Good afternoon, all. Today we are discussing about this topic, that is scalable computing over the internet. So this is the first topic in our JNTU syllabus for the cloud computing. So according to this thing, we have the in this session I am like to cover the topics scalability and the age of computing. So first we will see what is the scalability. So here the scalability means, like earlier I mentioned, so there are some features which are satisfying, which are according to our cloud computing there. So one of the feature is the scalability. So the impact of the scalability is, here we need to what are the processing, that is you are processing under the data center, or you are doing any virtualization or any concept is there. What we need to do is nothing but the network what you are using, the concept what you are mentioning should be scalable. Scalable means the capacity or the capability what you are using should be increased manner or the decreased manner based on your requirements. Means you can increase your servers capacity, you can increase your count of the servers, or you can use any type of indications to process to take this. That is called the scalability. Here we have many types of the scalability. We are scaling these things, means we are divided these types into one. First one is scaling or the scale vertically, and then second one is scale horizontally, and then next third one is scale diagonally. So the scale vertically represents the representation here we see. So what it is specifying is the growing of your computers, the growing of your network will be in this direction, means it will go upwards, upward direction. So if you go for the scale horizontally, we will take this, means it will take on the x-axis and it will take on the y-axis. And the scale diagonally means, here we will take one box representation. This is your area of working. So here the diagonal representation means you can make your growth until this tip here. Means you have mentioned the vertical end and then horizontal end here also. So when it is reaching the intersection of point this thing, then it is stopping the scaling diagonal. Means the scalable diagonal representation could be here to this thing. Means here we will reach at the tip of the intersection point, then we will stop the scaling. So what is the scaling here? How we are performing, how we are processing all these scalings here, means go to the next topic, that is we having scale out. So we having different types here. So first one is we will discuss about horizontal scaling, and another one that is a vertical scaling, and another last one is the diagonal scaling. So first we will see what is the horizontal scaling. So what we will do here, I am taking a diagram representation here. This is the cloud representation. I am maintaining a server. So what the problem here arising is, the amount of the work what you are using, what you are processing this server is pressurized by the users or pressurized by the providers on the single server. So what they done is, the work what you are doing on the single server has been divided into the multiple servers there. So what the work it is doing, processing. The question arises is, what the work it is doing. So it is storing the data, and it is processing the request what you are taking, and it is also maintaining the resources, the information also, and it is also allowing the users to store and then next to go for the another represent virtual resources what you are using there. And there is a file storing, file printing. These are the works what it is doing there. So what I am doing is, I am splitting the work here into the among others here. So how I am going to do is, I am here, I splitted the first one server into the 6 servers. So these 6 servers, what they are doing is, first server will look after the file storage, second server will look after the massive storage of your things, and the third one will look after the organizational logging data, and the fourth one will look after the printer availabilities, printer what you are sharing availabilities there, and then fifth one will look after the something accountability, however the process resources are sharing. And the sixth one, like that what we are doing is, we are splitting up your information into this thing. So how we are going to split up this? Nothing but we are adding more components to your system. Means you are increasing your capacity of the system by dividing it into the multiple servers here. So we are not using the same server here. The same server work is divided into the multiple servers. So here we need to purchase multiple servers to process your things like that in the way. If you go for the another one, that is the scale in. So scale in means it is a reverse of the scale out. So what you have done here, so earlier representation, if you go for this representation, the organization needs more help of the servers to process here. Okay, so here we need to split up the things, means we need to add more components to your thing. So that is one type of the requirement. So if you go for the another one, there is no need to maintain, because I don't have that much of work to process. I don't have much that much of things to process, like that it is specifying. What we do is another thing, but here there is no requirement of maintaining all these servers individually. So once what the work has been done by these individual servers will be initiated into a single server and could be passed into the request, the storing, whatever it is will be passed to the single server. So here this is completely opposite to the scaling out. So what we are doing is, it is taking these things into a single server or the single system. That's why it is decreasing the number of components or the nodes what you are using there. Means for example, if you are maintaining different batches for this, if you go for the simple example here, so there are a lot of organization will be there. What it is doing, it is taking, first we are visiting means, so it will take an example, that is first we will go for the reception or anything. Well, one team, what you will do is nothing but they will gather your requirements, another team will process their requirements, and the another time will develop their requirements, another team will test their requirements, and then next whatever the designed one will be done, will be processed by another team. There is no need to maintain all these number of peoples are not to be done, means there is no need to maintain this much of the stuff for processing small amount of the works. So that's why we are using scaling. Scale in means it will be decreased or it will be inwards to that one. Scale out means it will be expanded, and then what you are mentioning in the scaling here, it what it do is nothing but it will be contrasted, it will be get into that one. So if you go for, these are the horizontal scalings. Horizontal scalings means you will increase the number of the nodes or the decrease the number of nodes based on your requirements. If you go for the another one, that is the vertical scaling. Here also we have the two scalings here in vertical scaling. One is the scale up and then scale down. Scale up representations is, in the cloud I am maintaining a server which is not capable of organizing all these things. Means what I have to do is nothing but I want to organize the things, I want to present the data. If somebody is requesting the to store the data, I'm not providing the so much memory or the that much of memory to store the data. So what I need to do there, I need to increase my capacity here. So increase my capacity, there is no need to add the another servers here. So you are using the same server, and what it is doing is it is providing access to all that one to store your data, and it is not accepting the storage itself. So to overcome this thing, what you have to do is nothing but we can use the same server or the same system or the same node, and we can increase the capacity of that one. So here we can, how can we increase that one? We can take the memory spaces into that one. We can add up more memory space there, and we can get through of that problem what you have taken. And you have to increase the speed of the processor also. You can change your motherboard representations, hardware representations, whatever you can change in there. When it is possible is, if you are choosing the server, that is a server what you have chosen is not capable of processing, means it is having the capability of that is what you are expandable thing. Expanding is the possibility one, but what you are doing is nothing but it is not taking so much memory to store. It is not handling the load what it is having, network bandwidth, what it is, whatever it is what you are doing, it what it is not allowable for this processing. What we are simply doing is we are increasing our, so how come it is increasing means in your phone also while you are purchasing, what they said, we have the expandable memory. So how it is going to expandable memory means we won't research on these all these things. What we do is simply we will store, and then there is a process of expanding means up to 128 GB or some up to some GB like that it is processing. Means simply we are not replacing the things here. We are using the same thing and we are adding the hardware devices or memory storages to that one. Means in this thing we will increase the capacity of that thing. If we go for the second one of the vertical scaling, this is also opposite to that one. So we won't need that much of the memory spaces, that much of the hardware resources or that thing to process a small amount of the work or the which has been done with a small amount of the resources. No need to maintain this much of the server capacity here. So what we will do is nothing but we will reduce the resources what we are providing. Means we are providing the external resources or the for saving the data or any other hardware requirements to that one. They are easily means they are easily removable. What it is where they are reducible, and we can add these things to the which is the required one. So here what we are doing is we are reducing the capacity. Means it won't require that much of the memory space to store the data. Means for that, for example, you are choosing phones or anything, any laptops or anything. So you know how much of data or you means how much browsing, how much files are how they are storing all these things. So for that we will come to know that okay, this much of memory is only needed for me for my processing. If you are thinking like a student, so if you are working, then you have to store your that is organizational information or anything. Means if you have own laptop, that is a organization laptop is there, so some crucial information, confidential information will be there. What you have to do is nothing but you have to store more amount of the data daily. So that was on that situation what you will do, you have to take up more memory, that is a more much memory has to be installed in your systems. So that's why, so based on the working environment, we will took off that is a scaling or the scalar or the that is a vertically or horizontal. So if we look up the horizontal scaling, what we are doing is we are going through the addition or the that is a increasing or decreasing of the nodes or systems to your environment. So if you are going for the vertical scaling, you will focus on one server or one system or one node, anything. Means why I'm mentioning or means component, system, node or anything can be represented as a one thing only. Okay. So if I am saying node, that could be a system. If I am saying that is a component, that is also a system. Okay. So that's why if you are using any type of representation, that is simply representing a system or a server or any virtual device or any operating system like that. So the vertical scaling is completely based on, and it is focusing on the single object here, and you are reducing the capacity of the object based on your requirements here. And then another one, that is a diagonal scaling. So here the diagonal scaling, what you are representing here is like I mentioned earlier while describing in this thing. So I am seeing representations like this. So this is the work area of my thing. So how are I going to process here is, this is the point where I can choose for the processing here. Means at this tip, what you have to do is nothing but there is no increase of your scalings what you are choosing. For example, if you are taking horizontal scaling here, so from up to this point, what I am doing is I can add many number of servers. Where if it is reaching this point, what it is doing is after that we can't use more number of the servers here. So if you are choosing this representation vertical one, so here this is the space representation what it is giving. Up to this extent only you can increase your capacity of your servers what you are choosing. So here the diagonal scaling is supporting both vertical scaling and the next horizontal scaling, and what it is limiting is it is providing a tip point that any system increasing or the decreasing capacity will not exceed this point here. means it has to be considered as a dead end while adding the new servers or the new resources to your cloud here. So when you are reaching this point, you should stop adding all these things. If you are not stopping also, it won't allow, because the thing is here it won't be processed among this point. That is, you won't go throughout this point to process all the things what you are having. So that is a diagonal scaling. Diagonal scaling supports both horizontal and vertical scaling. So here the thing is, it is having some representations. That is, it has to take some levels only. Because by reaching this, when you are hitting to this tipping point, what it is doing is, it is simply stop this thing. So here we need to stop all these things. And if you know need to add, or if you need to process all these things, what you can do is nothing but we can simply clone the server. So what you are doing here, simply cloning means making the same procedure, same things, same environment to be present at the another one. So, and then what it is doing is, it is adding more resources to the new cloud server. Means the representation here is, so I am reaching this point. So this is the thing. So I reached this point. So when I am hitting this point, what it is doing is, it is taking the clone of that thing. Clone means it is prepared, that is, it is initializing same environment what it is supported here, and it is trying to start the adding all the new resources here. So when you are reaching this tip point also, what it is doing here is, it is again taking another one here. Means this is the first one, and this is mentioned as the second one, and this is mentioned as the third one. Because when you are reaching the tipping point here, what you are doing, it is simply creating the clone of this environment here. And what it is doing is, it is allowing the users to add resources. Resources means, in the coming classes we will see what is a virtualization, how we are going to add the resources like that. So resources means you can add the many devices, or any additional spaces, or there any input devices or output devices could be added. So if you are reaching the hitting point, that tip point of this thing, then what it is doing is, it is simply creating another clone here. So there is no need to maintain another servers, or there is no need to create the space for this one. That is the advantage of this thing. So diagonal scaling, what is doing is, it is allowing to create the clones to process, and then adding the resources to things what you are done here. So these are the scalings what you are having. These are the disadvantages or the issues, or the things what it is processing here. So likewise, I said, what it is doing, it is adding identical boxes to the server what it is processing. So what could be the issue here if I am adding the identical boxes? Identical boxes I am adding means the same memory space, the same networking, or the same and then it's same hardware, and then whatever it is supported by the first one could be added to the second one, third one, and so on. Means unnecessarily we are buying these things, that is, we are investing all these things into the processing one. So here the investment what you are doing for using this horizontal scaling will be very high. So that is the thing we need to mention. And then next, load balancing means we have to look after all these things. Means I am representing only three here. So when you are going for the horizontal scaling, what it is doing is, it is supporting all these things what you are having. That is, it can add 100 servers, it can add many servers. To take all to look after all these things, what we need to do is nothing but we need to take the load balance here. Load balance is nothing but you're having a notion that the computer, the system what you are using, that could not be in a idle way. So if you are choosing this ideal way, what it is doing is, it is simply resting there, and there is no possibility of choosing, or there is no possibility of processing through that one. So if you are using first and third one, and second one is sitting idle, means then there is no usage of purchasing all these things. So what we need to do is nothing but we need to distribute the work among all these things. So to look after whether it is processing or not, we need to maintain a person, or we need to maintain a logger there. Means the schedulers, the what you are using could be managing all these things. Means what you are providing should be done all the servers will use the data and all the servers has to process. So not all the time all the servers are used, all the time all the processing will be done. So sometimes some servers could be sitting idle. Sitting idle, how it is affecting? The system is sitting idle means we are shutdowning it and we are processing. It's not the thing. The server we are maintaining means it has to be completely in a that is on one only, means it should not be shut down. So what you are maintaining, that is you have to provide the electricity for this one, and you are maintaining a server which is a effectively running one, means it has to maintain the cooling down representations also. We need to maintain ACs are also there. For this nodes and what you are doing, we have to maintain the administrator to look after servers there. And then if any problem is occurred, what you have to do is nothing but we should overcome all these things. We have to consider all these things into the consideration, and then we are processing here. And coming to the vertical scaling, here the vertical scaling is completely depends upon the single point of thing. Single point means we are using a single server or the single node representation. What we are doing is we are adding the power to that one. So the representation you see, that is it is the arrow mark. What your representation here is, so it is taking all the data representations, all the processing speeds or the storage speeds of that much of here I am presenting. So here we are choosing this much of representations. What you are doing here, by adding before means instead of adding this much of nodes to your that is a network, what we are doing is nothing but we need to add that much of power to this single processing here. So that's why what it is doing here is, so it is taking all the activities which has been done by this number of processing to the single one. So by taking this one, what you are doing is we are not spending that much of investment onto this one, means we are not maintaining here. Here we are adding so much resources. If you are adding single, means we are only increasing the power. So when you compare these two, means if there is a comparison between these two, it could be the investment would be low. When you compare that one, the investment what you are taking would be high here in the point of horizontal scaling. So what could be the problem here? Here I am saying the problem is load balancing and the distribution of the work. And here the problem could be SPOP, single point of failure. Single point of failure means we are not maintaining multiple servers here. We are completely that is depending on the single server here. So in that is in the previous sessions, I mentioned that if one system, that is a guest operating system or anything, what you are mentioning in the virtual environment, if it is failed, means if I am mentioning it is a failed one, so what it is doing is it is simply allocating the work of this thing to any of the server which is the idle one or which is not processing at this particular amount of the time. Means then there is no loss of your data, loss of your processing one or anything. Means what you are mentioning is it is taking care of the processings what you are having. And you are mentioning that I will also share the PPT, ma, don't worry. So here we are mentioning that that is a single point of the failure, because you are taking only this representation. So this representation is what it is doing. It is taking care of the all the networks data, all the things what you are chosen here, all the systems which are connected to this server or processing on this single only. So here if it is failed, means it is not processing. So any failure, if you are considering the system, anything will occur with the system, that will crash or network problem will occur or anything, any situation will be considered as a failure. If it is failed, then who will look after your data and who will look after your processing or anything? Means if you are for example, if you are connecting with your phone, if your phone is failing to connect to this meeting or to this class, what you will do, there is no chance of processing there. That is a single point will be there. So if you are means if there is any ability of to process your data onto the another system without failing, that is usage of anything, what you will do is nothing but that could be easy to process your data. That could be not be allowed here in this representations what you are chosen. So here there is a possibility of converting, that is adding these processor data or giving the processing to the neighboring guest operating systems or the neighboring servers what you are having. But there is no possibility here. That representation, that thing is specified as a single point of failure. So here, when it is come to the failure, that there is a dead end. There is no processing, there is no anything until it has been successfully recovered from the failure. So these are the issues or the things what you are chosen or the what you are representing, well, vertical scaling or the horizontal scaling. So if you go for the graphical representation, we are using the scale up and the scale out. That is a horizontal representation, and the first one is the horizontal representation, vertical representation, and the scale out is represented as a vertical representation. And then we are choosing, students, try to stop your videos, ma. If you have forgot, look after that thing. So you are using this thing. So here the thing, what it is representation here is, the scaling could be done here. Means there is no, the capability is, the cost is increasing, the capability what you are presenting is decreasing here. Here we are representing the cost is increasing, the cost factor. If you see, the cost factor is increasing here, and the capability what it is here is, after reaching some extent, the capability of storage what you are doing is it is decreasing, and there is no any change in this thing. So if you for the scale out, what it is doing is you are increasing your power. So if you compare this investment also, what it is doing is investment, you are comparing all the your server racks or anything what you are purchasing is a investable one. While comparing these two, scale up and the scale out pins, what it is doing is it is taking the cost as an ineffective one, means it is not effective. What you are doing at this particular amount of the representation has been stopped increasing the cost effectiveness, that is the cost factor, and the capability of the storage is increasing. So this is the major difference. If you see the horizontal scaling and the vertical scaling, it is increasing in the vertical way. The vertical way of increasing is representing only the cost factor. If you are representing in this one, what you are doing is nothing but the scale out, what it is using, it is mentioned, that is, it is placing the capability as an increasing factor, and the cost what you have mentioned, what you are taking is not a effective one when we compared with the other things what you have chosen. And then we have another example of representations here, how I am going to process here. So these are the bunch of the users I am using. I am processing this thing. This is the step 1 and the step 2. So here, if you want to use the memory capacity or the computing capacity to be increased, we need to follow the step 1. Means here I am using a single server which is represented as a, means that little one representation means it does not have that much of the power, that much of processing here, like that. So when I am trying to increase my capacity, the capacity will be the hardware devices what you are added to your system, or the memory capacity what you are using, or any point of view we can specify. So here I am choosing the memory capacity increasing. So I am gradually increasing the size of the server what I taken. That is, I am literally I am maintaining the little amount of the server space only while processing at the initial stage. While processing, I came to know that my system, my server need more space to process these things. So what I am doing, I am increasing power to that one. And again means not at all, yeah, I am increasing these powers in a day-to-day life. So what I have to do is nothing but I have to process your data, and then I have to process your things what you are having. While working only, you will come to know that is that I have to increase my memory space here. So after increasing the memory space, whatever do is nothing but okay, I will process any user's data, and I will store any user data, because my memory capacity of the server has been increased here. So if you go for the step 2, what it is taking is I am maintaining a pool. Try to remember this word pooling. Resource pooling or the server pooling. In the previous session also I mentioned resource pooling is there. So here what I am doing is I am storing up the, what is a pool day does nothing but it is storing the water. There is plenty. There is a amount of, what is the amount of the water you are mentioning? There will be the plenty amount of the water. So what you will do here is nothing but many users can use that data or they represent. So here what I am mentioning is server pool. So I am taking the servers and I am adding to that one. Horizontally I am processing. So here the disadvantage of this horizontal one also, everyone's work will be looked after by the single server only. So that's why the loading process, the thing what you are mentioning would be here, what it is doing, what it is processing here would be, what it is specifying is the load is factoring on one thing. So by that one you are pressurizing your server to take only the users has to be traversed by this one only. So if you are dividing the work here, what it is doing is, it is you are not pressurizing anything because the work has been divided into multiple servers there. So if the server 1 is the busy, you can go for the server 2, you can go for the server 3. So if you want to manage only one data, the agenda of your server is only storing the data, and you are maintaining 3 different servers, means you can choose any server to store your data, and you cannot point out only the same server to gather or to process your data there itself. So that is a simple representation what you are using. And this is the live example of your Azure. So the cloud which has been maintained by these Microsoft thing, that is mentioned as a Azure. So here horizontal scaling and the vertical scaling is represented here. So here we see in the horizontal scaling representation, we are using a cloud server. So I am mentioning the split match status here. So I am taking a SQL. So what it is doing is, it is splitting up of the data or the splitting up of the works what you are having here. So it is, you are maintaining a SQL only. What it is doing is mainly it is splitting up into the two things. But one it is look after the one works and the another one will look after the another works, like that. So that's why we are using the split match status here. And these has to be, and these all things has to be maintained by the main, that is a map manager will be there, which will be maintained by that one. And if you go for the vertical scaling, what the vertical scaling here doing is, it is increasing the size of your server, that's all. So likewise I said, you are mentioning a small indication disk space here. So if I am increasing the space, that is mentioned as a big one, that is increase the space and it is processing here. So this is the example of the Azure automation. So here we are having another term, that is auto scaling. So auto scaling means, so here what you are doing in this previous examples or the another one, we are just mentioning the things has to be done here. Means we are, what you are mentioning here is, we are doing all these things manually. Means these are not auto one. So all the cloud things what you are using are the automated. Means auto scaling is improved. Auto scaling, how it is going to process the auto scaling here? Look at, take a look here. So auto scaling group, what it do is, it is maintaining, see here. Here there are the 4 blocks here. 2 blocks are represented as a complete one, that is a colored one, and one it is, we are having these dotted rectangles or the dotted rounded rectangles, it is represented. These two what you are using is the desired capacity, means to process your data, it is allowing to take your capacity of the work will be done by this amount of this thing. So there is no need to worry about all these things, because initially it is calculating in future or in the present or anything what you are doing, so you will require this amount of the capacity only. So someone will question that, how could you represent this amount of the capacity will be only the space I want to store, or the things has to be done. So that's why there is a concept called the auto scaling. So this will be look after the group called auto scaling group. So what they do is nothing but, so here they are presenting the another representation, that is, as per your requirement, choose your scaling here. Means if you want to take these desired capacity into your account, okay, well and good. So you go through all these things, you process these things. If you want to take more space to be done, to be processed at this particular amount of the time, means it is allowing to take these things. And how could it allow? How could it allow? Means there is a question, how could it allow to process all these things? So here it is maintaining a tile of architecture what you are choosing here. This one is representation by the AWS Amazon Web Service what you are using. So here the user will have the web tier, app tier, and the database tier. So there is no increase in the database tier. If it is possible, they will also add this tier to that one also. That is a when needed it will be processed. So when needed it will be added, means Here there is a representation called empty ones. So what the auto scaling group will be do is nothing but it will check for the current capacity. When you are reaching to the extreme point, because for every if you choose, if you are storing, if you are using your laptops, when it is reaching to the extreme point, it won't come to that, is it is as a red color representation. So if you there is a representation, that is there is a tipping point, that is a hitting point will be there. So when reach to this amount of memory, remember that, so memorize me that I want to delete some files, or I want to process there could be some what it is called, we should take all these things out, like that we represent it. So first auto scaling group, what it do here is it will look after whether what is the current capacity of this tire. If this current capacity of the wire is going to, this is about to reach, is not reaching, is about to reach to the end point, what this suggests is you can store your data into this thing, or you can store your process into this thing, because when it is needed only, they has mentioned when needed. If you see when needed only, this will be auto scaling group will add the new representation scaling, or the new node or new server, new data processing, anything to your thing. So also applications tier, also app tier. You have been included some applications into your cloud here. In this cloud, what you are mentioning, you are going to add more apps here. So when you are adding the apps means it is taking more and more, most of the space there. So if you are reaching the tip of that point, what it is doing is it will suggest to take this thing into the newly that is created area, which has to store by the applications. This is the process. This is the done. This could be done while scaling. So all the process I said earlier could be done in the manual way, means we need to perform there. So in the AWS, there is a concept called the auto scaling. Not only AWS, any cloud system what you are using or what it is supporting will be done. That is we are choosing to use the auto scaling, because all the time we need to check for your memory spaces. We need to check for all these things. It's could not be done in this time here. So we need to hurry very like all these things. So there could be some automation will be there to allocate all these pieces. When you are reaching your point, exemption point, there could be there. What it is doing is it is trying to allocate a new space to that one, that is called the auto scale. So these are the benefits what you have chosen here. So what are the benefits you are having here is the performance, it has been increased. Okay, the cost efficient means likewise I said, what you are choosing based on the scaling, it will be cost effective one. Easy and quick means there is no need to means take care of all these things in a manner that we can't handle all these things like. So adding up of the things or could be easy, because they are maintaining the scaling groups like that what it is, and it is a quickly process. Also it is mentioning the capacity what you are choosing, it is also increasing and it is also processing here. And coming to the limitations, there is no particular limitations for that one. What are the issues we have discussed earlier? Means that is what you have chosen earlier means we are having, that is additional investment will be there, load balance has to be mentioned, and then next to the distribution of the work to the units could be in the even manner, not in the uneven manner. That for this horizontal scaling. And for the vertical scaling, we have the disadvantage, that is a SPOF, that is a single point of the failure is specified as a limitation for that one. Maintaining the capacity or increasing the capacity is a better one. No, okay, but it is not always supportable one, because if it is failed at that point, there is no recovery to all the systems to process all these things what you are chosen and what you are having here.